Hey everybody, it's Judy Klock, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Middletown, Virginia. And I'm coming to you tonight with another template tutorial. So I love templates because once you learn them, you can adapt them to almost any supplies that you have in your stash. So let me go ahead and switch out the cameras and show you what we're going to be working with tonight. I call this one the double stack because you're going to stack two pieces of paper that are the same size on top of each other, but kind of at like a little angle. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So this is what the template looks like. It's just a basic, A2 card, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. You've got these two pieces here. That's the double stack because they are the same size. We're just going to stack them on top of each other. Then we've got a long skinny strip here that's going to go across the width of the card, and then our focal point. So you'll see in my sample I have circles, but you can change this out to be any shape you want, and I'll show you some samples with different shapes and different ideas. And then really once you have this basic layout down, you can adapt it to really anything that you have in your stash. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start here. I've got a thick basic white card base, and I've got this beautiful new designer series paper. This is coming in May. This is called the Artesian Sketched Garden DSP, and I love it because when you have these beautiful black and white designer series paper, you can go ahead and add a pop of color anywhere you want. So we're going to actually do that. I've got our Barely Blush, one of our new in colors, and our Peaceful Pine. These are new. These are coming in May. And we're just going to add some color to this DSP. We're going to color in just one flower and maybe a couple of leaves. And that's just going to give this a little bit of a focal point to draw the eye. We're going to have our big focal point with those circles, but this will just be another little way to draw the eye up and to see just really this beautiful, beautiful paper. Okay, and then we're going to come in here with some Peaceful Pine. I'm just going to color some of these leaves. So I'm using the light Peaceful Pine here. You know me, I love my greens. And I have to give a shout out to Lori Jean. She sent me a lovely birthday card. She's in my VIP community, my Crafty Crew VIP community. And of course, knowing my favorite color, she sent me a beautiful birthday card on all greens. So thank you, Lori Jean. I love it. All right, so now we're going to go and we're going to stamp a very simple sentiment using our, we can use our new hybrid. This is our new basic black hybrid pad. This again is coming out in May, meaning you can use it with watercolors or Stampin' Blends. Now, some people were having difficulty opening it. I found that if you kind of turn it and on an angle and just kind of like pull up that one, I don't know, it seems to work. I haven't, knock wood, I haven't had any problems. And this sentiment, You Brighten My Day, is from the beautiful Sunset Coast. Is that what it's called? Sunset Coast bundle, which is stunning. The designer series paper for this is gorgeous. Okay, there we go. You Brighten My Day. Let's cover this back up. And that's all the stamping we're going to do. So we've got our two pieces here. Now, if you wanted, you could go ahead and emboss this black cardstock, give it a little bit more texture. I did not for this particular one. I just wanted to kind of keep it very plain and simple because I love just the simplicity and the elegance of black and white. And we're just getting that little tiny pop of color with our Barely Blush and our Peaceful Pine. And this is coming to the end, so it's not really rolling easily. See, we're just going to stack these. Now, all the measurements for these pieces live in my Crafty Collective Inspiration Vault. It is my new subscription service. You can sign up by April 10th and get the founding members price of $5 a month. It is a growing library right now. There are well, there'll be 13 inspiration sheets after I add the one for this one. But you can keep going back. The videos are linked right there. So everything is right there for you. So it's like your one-stop shop. We've got fun folds. We've got templates. We've got techniques. So all you need to do is sign up. I'll leave a link down in the description of this video when I post it on YouTube. All right, so now I'm just going to go ahead and add this. Now these circles, I used punches. You can use die cuts. You can use whatever you want. I think I used a 2-inch circle for the black and a 1 3/4 inch for the white. Again, you can use whatever size you want. I just didn't want to have something so big. Okay, so we're going to put that in there. And then we've got these beautiful new in color butterflies. How pretty are these? Barely Blush, Crisp Cantaloupe, Golden Glow, Peaceful Pine, Hydrangea Hue, and some white. And we're just going to go ahead and put some of these on. I was looking for my pick tool, and I found it. I'm going to take one of these little tiny baby Barely Blush ones. Let's see if I can pick it up. We're going to put that kind of right there. And then we're going to take some green ones, and we're going to add them here. Okay, just to add a little bit of whimsy to the card. And that is our double stack template. Can you see how this really follows along the template exactly? I didn't really deviate from anything. This is exactly as the template is shown. But now let's say you want to change it up a bit. Well, here I swapped out the circles. This is the new punch. I forget the name of it. I knew I'd forget. And this is the March Product of the Month Notes of Spring. Isn't that a little cute bunny? And I stamped him in the hybrid black. And then I did Barely Blush. And I did some grass in the Peaceful Pine. And again, I added those pretty little in-color butterflies. This was really monochromatic. And the reason why I did the monochromatic is because I think that really, excuse me, allergy season. This really makes that focal point pop more because it's all of the soft blues. And then you've got this really pretty piece of white with that pink and green, and just really kind of makes it pop. Then I did another one. Okay, this is the, what is this? Beautiful Ordinary Life Designer Series paper. This is new, and this is the Gears and Textures bundle. Now for this piece of cardstock, I don't know if you can see it, I did emboss it with the So Swirly embossing folder. And then I just pulled out some colors that are in the Designer Series paper. So I pulled out the Lost Lagoon, which is my card base from one of the gears. I pulled out some Lemon Lolly from the paper, some Timid Tiger, and some Pool Party. Those are all colors in this beautiful Designer Series paper. And then I added some in color dots. These are from the current annual catalog. Those are on the last chance list right now. And then I did that beautiful Sunset Coast, Scenic Coast, that DSP. Seeing it in the catalog doesn't do it justice. It has like this little beautiful shimmer, lustery shimmer to it. So again, I kind of swapped it out. I did the, this is the reverse of this piece of paper. So we've got our Designer Series paper. This I thought needed a little bit extra. So this, I backed it with this Highland Heather, again, pulling out the color from the DSP. The netting is Strawberry Slush. So here, my focal point really isn't a shape per se. I use that pretty netting from the Sunset Coast die set, and then I just fussy cut my sentiment. I stamped a couple of sailboats and added them, and I added the birds and I die cut. Now here's my tip. If you're using an intricate die cut like the net, or a very small die cut like these birds, back your cardstock with adhesive sheets first. It will make it much easier and much cleaner to adhere these pieces. You won't end up with liquid glue everywhere. All right, so that's the basic template, the double stack template. So again, we have our first card It shows it exactly like it is. Then we swapped out our circles for a rectangle. Here we swapped out our circles for, it's kind of circular, but we swapped it out for those pretty gears from the Gears and Textures. And then here we swapped that out for just some netting and a fussy cut sentiment. Now here's just one more to show you. So here is another double stack. Now I did the same thing here, but instead of having, excuse me, I am so sorry, the allergies are so bad. Instead of having a big long piece and a focal point, I added the two hearts and I made a smaller sentiment. So again, it's the same idea. We just kind of changed how we use those elements. So templates are very versatile because once you have the basic layout down, you can change it to however you want to. This is, again, cardstock and DSP, 2 pieces of DSP, cardstock and DSP, but we embossed the cardstock, and then 2 pieces of DSP. So that is it. Again, all of these measurements, the inspiration sheet with all of the measurements and all of the tips and tricks and everything else will be in the Crafty Collective Inspiration Vault. It is a subscriber benefit, a subscriber only benefit. It is now open. You can get the founding members price of $5 a month as long as you maintain your subscription until April 10th. After April 10th, the price will increase to $9 a month. That's it for me. I hope you like this. This is one of my favorite templates, the double stack template, so easy and so versatile. I'll be back next week with another fun fold tutorial. Have a great night, everybody. Have a great weekend. I'll see you. Bye.